Good morning, everybody. This is Jeff from that'sgoodenougghforme.com, and this is a very special episode of the Almost Punk Enough podcast, a politics episode. In case you haven't heard, Hungary had an important election this weekend which ended the 16-year rule of authoritarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. In case you haven't heard, Hungary had an important election this weekend which ended the 16-year rule of authoritarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Orban's autocratic rule had eroded liberties and freedoms throughout the country, all while engaging in cronyism for his rich buddies. I'm sure you'll probably guess who his biggest fan in the West is. That's right, Mr. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, just loves what Orban has been doing, enough so that as Orban's polling plummeted, none other than political chameleon and maybe it's Maybelline Vice President J.D. Vance was sent over to stump for him. Anyhow, an upstart opposition party led by youngster Peter Magyar swept through, winning the prime minister election and about two-thirds of the seats in parliament, delivering a stunning rebuke to Orban and his illiberal party. So I thought, what better way to get a boots-on-the-ground impression than Bankrupt? They've been fighting the good fight for decades. When their songs lean political, they may focus on local politics and corruption, but, like all good songs of this nature, transcend borders and are just as relevant elsewhere as they are in their home country. Another reason TGEFM loves Bankrupt is a lot of the times they'll do two versions of their songs, one in English and one in their native language. It's great, it's awesome, we love it. After the break, I'll be back with Balazs to talk more about the election and hopes for Hungary's future.
Yeah, you're punk enough. Oh yeah, that's good enough for me.
And we are back. I am here with, pardon me if I pronounce this incorrectly, Balazs from Bankrupt in Hungary. Bankrupt is a Hungarian melodic punk band. They tackle a lot of other things. And they've been around for a while. And we just had a big election in Hungary. And the first thing I thought of is I want to talk to Bankrupt and find out what they think about this. So how are you doing today?
Hi, it's nice to be on here with you. We're very happy because for the past decade, Bankrupt has been criticizing this government for all the crimes they've committed against this country, and finally they are losing. They're going to be replaced by hopefully more democratic and better government. So we are very happy about it, and you probably heard that just 2 days before the elections, there was a huge festival on Hero Square in Budapest, which was probably one of the biggest live events in Europe ever.
Nice.
Like the people attending it was a crowd of I don't know exactly how many people, but it was several hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
And and we had the opportunity to play there. Like every band played only one song, but that was a very memorable gig.
That's really exciting. And I have a lot of friends who are Hungarian, who are still in the country or no longer in the country. They're a lot of academics, but they've all been very keen and keeping up on this, the election, and as well as the continuing and ever worsening corruption of Orban and the government. And early on, when I started that'sgoodenougghforme.com in 2020, I became acquainted with your music, and I really liked what you were saying and how you were addressing the corruption of the government. And so, in a way, I mean, Orban's been around at least this last run, like 16 years. So that's half of Bankrupt's existence. You've been living under that thumb. And so the mood is positive there, and people really came out in force, and it's really heartening. How do we feel about Peter Magyar and his movement, considering he's originally from Orban's party and left in disgust?
Yeah, we're hoping that he will keep his word, and he keep his promises, and he will create a more democratic country. He made a lot of promises about you know what people really hated about this government, the corruption and this hate propaganda and sucking up to Russia.
Mhm.
Like Peter Magyar was promising to end all of these things. Like we will be more pro European Union, and he doesn't want corruption, and he doesn't want this kind of propaganda either. So let's hope that it will become true, and we also want to see that the people responsible for these atrocities committed will be held responsible. So there is a big demand. We want to see some people go to jail
Yeah.
for what they did, and this, I mean, it is kind of its consequences. I mean, they never really happened when there was a change. It was always promised that like we will punish those responsible, but it never happened. But this time, we really hope that at least to some extent it will happen,
Yeah.
because that's what the people who voted for Peter Magyar want, and if he doesn't live up to the expectations, then he will lose his supporters.
Yeah, definitely. Was there a was there a strong concern that Orban would not accept the results of the election? Was there a real fear
Yes,
that he would?
yes. There was also fear of false flag operations with the help of the Russian Secret Service,
Mm-hmm.
and there was actually something happening. Like there was they they found some explosives in Serbia near to this gas pipeline that is
Mm-hmm.
providing Hungary with natural gas, and that really sounded like a staged terror attempt that they might wanted to use to postpone the elections or something, but eventually that didn't happen. We don't know yet what was really behind that. Um, there was also some interference in social media that was probably linked to Russian secret services creating fake accounts, spreading fake news, deep fake AI videos
Yeah.
to try to swing the elections. But I think their problem was that the public was really against Orban. So like he it was a landslide victory for the opposition. So it was they didn't have a chance. And I think they were like really stupid because this whole electoral system was modified in their favor in recent years. So they changed the rules. So the biggest party would win really big because they always been the biggest party, and there were like several smaller opposition parties. So they created a system where if you win, then you win very big.
Mm-hmm.
And now this turned against them because this is why the opposition has now a super majority, and now they will be able to change everything. Like they can modify the constitution, they can change anything now with this power, and this is because of the whole system was set up like this, and they were like so much lost in their own bubble, like they didn't want to accept there were some very reliable independent pollsters that were already bringing up polls that showed like the opposition has a huge lead. So this
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't want to believe that because they could have changed the rules so that the opposition couldn't have a supermajority now, but they didn't change it because they were so confident that they would win, and they were so wrong.
Yeah, it's a and even if they realized how the winds were against them, it was probably too late. The
Yeah,
movement came up so quickly and such majority support. For people who are not terribly familiar with how the government runs in Hungary, so now they've won this majority in the parliament. When does Peter Magyar take control? When does he and was he like sworn in as prime minister? When does the parliament get sworn in? I know in the United States, people are used to like, well, they've won an election. Now it's going to be 3 months until the president actually becomes president. Like, is there a gap?
yeah. The gap is like 30 days.
Oh,
So
okay.
the new parliament should convene in 30 days, and then the new parliament gives power to the prime minister. So that should be like maybe 1 more week or something.
Okay.
But sometime in May, this should happen. I mean, now this Orban government is still in power, and like theoretically they could do anything until then. Like they could even say that the elections were invalid or something. Like this happened in Romania. That in Romania they canceled the results because they found that there was like Russian intervention that meddled in the results, and there is like a slight chance that they might come up with a story like that. But I think because the difference was like so big, like it would go against the will of the people, and they probably don't want to risk that. They may think that it's better if they accept this the results of the elections, and they may be able to come back later because like the economic situation is not very good. I mean the whole outlook in the world economy with this Iranian situation is not very good. So like this Fidesz may think that this government, Peter Magyar's government, will fail in a year or something, and then they can come back. So maybe they better just play along now.
Right. Yeah. Um, so it's in in normal times, a victory like this would be supported from all the Western governments, but we know for a fact that Donald Trump was very
Yes.
much supporting Orban, sent JD
Yeah.
Vance over here to campaign for
Yeah.
him. Um, like, I hate to say it, but do you think that without United States support and primarily European Union support, like everything, hopefully things will work out? How hopeful are we that Peter Magyar's government can start to turn things around with the economy, considering how bad it is and how much the United States has, pardon my language, fucked everything up around the world? Uh, yeah. Um,
Yeah. I mean, we didn't see any real benefits of Orban being friends with Trump. I mean, it was like I think this is like, but with Trump, you never can trust that guy. So even if he's saying nice things about you on his own social media platform, it doesn't mean that he actually wants to help you, or he never gives anything for free. He always wants to make a deal. Like we had this Orban was really like the first European politician who was supporting Trump when he first ran for president, and like Hungary never got anything out of this. Like recently, like Orban and his entourage, they went to the States to visit Trump, and they were like very confident that they will like make some very great deals, and they came back with a MAGA baseball cap that was signed by Trump. Really, that was all they managed to secure. So it's not like we are losing out on any great opportunities. But as for the European Union, I think it's going to be better because a lot of these funds were frozen that Hungary was supposed to get, but they were frozen because of all these Orban's pro-Russia policies and not being compliant with EU regulations. And I think Magyar can make a deal with the EU that Hungary will get these EU funds, and that will be very beneficial for the economy.
Definitely. I hope so too. I've been to Hungary twice, and it's one of my favorite countries to go to. My wife and I love it there, and so hopefully people maybe can help to support the economy. We can bring that back and improve Hungary because it's a beautiful country. I love you all.
Yep.
It's great. So now that hopefully Orban and his government are out for good, what does that mean for Bankrupt and your music? Are you going to go write happy songs about cats and dogs now? Or do you think there's still going to be some political leanings to your
Yeah,
music?
we actually had so for those who are not familiar with Bankrupt, we write songs in both Hungarian and English,
I love that.
and like some of our songs in the past, like the English versions, were not dealing with Hungarian politics. We have songs about Donald Trump,
Mhm.
and probably songs that if they look at my phone in the airport at the in the United States, they wouldn't let me in the country for those songs. So I think there are other political topics around the world also that we can write songs about, and also like in Hungary, you never know what will happen. That there can be other issues. We have songs that are like not really just political. We write songs about about trains that are always late, and streetcar that is very dangerous, like
Yeah.
Budapest, and everything. So it's true that a lot of our songs that were dealing with this government will lose their how to say, like currency or something, but people still like those songs, so I think we could still play them. I mean, there are like a lot of songs, like I guess the Sex Pistols are still playing "God Save the Queen," although she's been
Yeah.
dead for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if the song is good, then people probably want to hear it in the future as well, and we will write new ones to stay in touch with the current issues.
Well, I agree with you, and what I like about a lot of your songs, even the political ones, is that while many of them may touch upon a subject that was current at the time, the overall point of the song is still relevant for any corruption
Yeah,
anywhere. And so it's always it's a sign of good songwriting lyrically when you can do that. And I think Bankrupt does it a lot. So it's really good stuff. And so with that in mind, is there anything new for Bankrupt that we should be looking forward to in the horizon? You just had a new track out on a little over a month ago in March.
yeah.
Is
That was
there?
only in Hungarian. That was
Yep.
I couldn't really, didn't have time to translate it, and it's also it's a specific Hungarian word that doesn't have an English equivalent. It's called Sopo roller. That would be like soccer scooter. It means like when you're on a collision course, when like a lot of bad things are happening, then you are riding the soccer scooter. We
Mhm.
say that, and it was what was happening to Orban. Like this whole campaign was a series of disasters for
Mhm.
him. It really didn't, nothing worked for him,
Yeah.
and it's really. I mean, if you think about it, like this guy had all the resources of the country. He already like he had the whole state media serving his interest. He had Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump endorsing him, and even like this, he lost big time to a party that was just like a little startup started by some guys, and they only had this crowdfunding, and then they didn't even have like they didn't have these billboards at all. They only had these small posters, and still that they could beat Fidesz. So I think it's so we were pretty much right about what will happen, because we predicted that he would lose big time, and this happened.
Awesome. Well, that's super cool. One thing I think for a lot of us here in the United States is it shows that people can stand up and change a corrupt government. Um,
Yeah.
when the news came in last night about the victory, my wife and I literally we high fived each other. It was like we were so happy for
Yeah, I
Hungary
mean,
and
like
for the people.
we're one of the few punk bands that managed to, stand up for causes that actually were successful in the end. Like we had this story, you may remember, that our former singer was jailed in China,
Yeah,
and we had this song to help him get out of prison, and he did. Like he was finally released after 1,000 days in a Chinese
yeah,
prison. He was, and nobody believed that it would happen, because like that whole story, it looked like very bleak. Like it was already, the trial was on. He was supposed to get like life sentence for espionage, and then suddenly he was released, and everybody was surprised. And also when we started criticizing this government like years ago, there was like no hope that we could ever get out of this system. Like these former opposition parties, they were saying that like it's impossible. It's not possible, because he's like he has all the resources and everything, and he would never let anybody else win. It is just this spin dictatorship that it just looks like a democracy, but you will never be able to defeat him in an election. And apparently you can defeat
yes.
him in an election. Yes.
Well, that's you fought the good fight along
Yeah.
with many others, and it's very exciting. We're happy for you. Um, all right. Well, we'll cut it short there. I'll let you get back to your afternoon. It's almost dinner time there, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Time to yeah. Okay. Well, once again, Balazs, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to come speak to me quickly on this, and hopefully we can have Bankrupt back on soon with some more music as well.
yeah. Thank you for having me here, and we will definitely try to come up with a new song very soon.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Once again, everyone, that is Balazs from Bankrupt. And this is Jeff from That's Good Enough for Me. Please check us out at www.that'sgoodenougghforme.com. And this is the Almost Punk Enough podcast. Find us on all of your podcast service channels. All right. Thanks, Balazs. Thank you much.
Thank you.